because we are live. No. Feed. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Come this way. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to November edition of the Breakfast Business webinar. Are we together? Are we ready for today? Are we ready for today? Let's have the link so that we can share on the various platforms. Ngozi. Ngozi, let's have the links. The link so that we can share on various platforms. Are we ready for today? It's okay. Okay, let's start. Ngozi, have you said it? Have you shared it? Okay. What happened to you? Okay. Once again, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the November edition of the Breakfast Business webinar. This is the fourth or the fifth one. Is it the fourth or the fifth one? The fourth, are you sure? Supposed to be the fifth one. Supposed to be the fifth one. Okay. Welcome to the November edition. Our materials are doing exceptionally well online. So what we planned, what we wanted to achieve, we're doing it. We're getting our target. We're hitting our mark. We're getting what we want. So this will lead me to announce that this will be our last business breakfast webinar for the year. Are we together? My schedule has become or is becoming very, very, very busy. It's becoming very, very busy. So it's only wise that we adjust some schedules. So this particular edition of the webinar, which is November, will be our last webinar for the year 2025. And our next webinar will be held in 2026. So from our previous webinars or from our previous meetings, we've been trying to prepare you, especially our last meeting. We've been trying to prepare you for what is coming come 2026. We all know the tax reforms come 2026. And yesterday, your president just signed the 12%, the 15% petrol tariff tax. It simply means that for every fuel or petrol product that will be imported into Nigeria, leave it. I need you to pay maximum attention. The 15% petrol tariff simply means that all imported fuel, as from next year, will be taxed 50. We'll have to pay 15% tax, coupled with the 5% support charge, which I told you of last month. So you don't need to suicide to tell you that fuel will go up next year. What does that mean? It means cost of living will go up next year. What does that mean? It means cost of doing business will go up what next year. Are you here? So which will lead us to discuss a particular thing before we go further. But before we go further, media, let's have the image. Media, let's have that image. Before we go further, let's have the image. Okay. Our very first business webinar, we had a particular image. This image is similar to that image you had the last time. Are we here? Are we together? So now, looking at that image, we have two kids or two babies trying to start out in life. Who do you think has more chances of doing better in life? First of all, what do you see? You see two kids, Abby? You see two kids. One is starting, they're about to start or to climb that chair that you see there. So one has aid, one doesn't have aid. So who do you think has more chances of making it in life? Talk to me, church. Talk to me, people. The one we aid. Who do you think will meet the target faster? The one we leverage. So the one we aid has leverage and access. The other one doesn't have anything. He or she starting from ground level 0. Are you here? Are you here? So now it leads me. The reason why I'm showing you this picture is, ask yourself now, which category do I fall in? Which category do you fall in? It's a rhetorical question. Ask yourself. The kid without aid simply means that he or she will work harder. True or false? The kid without aid simply means that he or she will work harder. The kid without aid simply means that he or she will have to rely on certain things for him or her to get certain results. It simply means that he will pray fast, he will pray more or pray harder. He will fast more or fast harder than the person with access. I was opportune to witness a certain funeral a lady passed on. She was just 45 when she passed on, and she was that she just started with headache, and she ended up dying. And the husband gave a testimony that all his life he has not fasted. All his life he had not fasted. But when the problem started, the headache started, they went to the hospital. It was diagnosed with a particular name, and they said they should go for surgery. And why go? They went through the surgery. The surgery was successful, but she died in the process of recovery. So the man said for the first time he had to fast. Francis. The man said for the first time he had to fast. For the first time he had to pray. Sorry, for the first time he had to fast. He had not had the reason to fast. Why? He had certain advantage, but he was faced with life challenge that needed him to fast. Unfortunately for him, are you hearing me? You don't prepare for battle on the day of battle. You prepare for battle before the day of battle. So he came a bit late. So, looking at this picture right now, it simply means that kid, the one without access, the one without leverage, we have to work much more than the one with access and leverage. The only reason the one with access and leverage will not end up at the destination or the desired result is when him or her choose to misbehave. I've said this over and over again. Settle every ancestral or foundational thing you need to settle. If your child doesn't make it in life, it should be due to his or her foolishness, not yours, not as a result of the things you didn't do in life. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? So are you ready for today? There have been a battle online between two prominent people. One is an activist, the other one is a businessman. And the argument started with the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the iPhone XR, the repackaging thing. Are you here? Are you here? Try as much as possible not to distract me. In this position I am seeing everything that's happening in the hall. So there have been a battle between those two folks. And the problem, what started the problem was the price tag. And the other guy went as far as going to China to go and do price review of other things and to say that some businessmen are exploiting Nigerians. So how are we going to answer that? We are going to discuss that. And let's have the video. We're going to explain to you the reason why prices vary. This is a business class. Are you here? This is a business class. So certain things, we are supposed to discuss certain things. So let's have a look at this video, then we pick up from there.
So I bought this water from a restaurant for 1,200 naira, and I bought this water from a supermarket for 175 naira. They are both the same product, the same quality and everything, but different prices. You know, I get scared when I come online and see people say, hey, just find your cost of production and multiply by 2x. So today I'm going to be showing you some common mistakes you might be making with pricing. Let's dive in. So let's consider Mama Nkechi. She says oranges. She gets a bag of oranges, which is her raw materials, for 15,000. Then she pays transportation from the market to her shop at 1,500. Then the packaging, the nylon, she uses 1,000. The direct labor, which is pushing the wheelbarrow from the bus park to shop and from the market to the bus park, is 1,000. Then fees, which she pays the Aburu boys, is 500. Then total direct cost is 19,000. Now, if you So I bought this water from a restaurant for 1,200 naira, and I bought this water from the supermarket for 175 naira. They are both. So I bought this water from a restaurant for 1,200 naira, and I bought this water from the supermarket for 175 naira. They are both the same product, the same quality and everything, but different prices. I get scared when I come online and see people say, hey, just find the cost of production and multiply by 2x. So today I'm going to be showing you some common mistakes you might be making with pricing. Let's dive in. So let's consider Mama Nkechi. She says oranges. She gets a bag of oranges, which is her raw materials, for 15,000. Then she pays transportation from the market to her shop at 1,500. Then the packaging, the nylon, she uses 1,000. The direct labor, which is pushing the wheelbarrow from the bus park to shop, and from the market to the bus park, is 1,000. Then fees, which she pays the Aburu boys, is 500. Then total direct cost is 19,000. Now, some of us will now go and say 19,000 times 2, that's 8,000, or 19,000 times 30% is 5,700. So, because of we have seen these things online, these things are not mostly true, and you will find that very soon. Let's say this same woman rents a shop because she has to go into shop in the market or a table for 20,000. She pays utilities, sanitation fee and all those fees, 5,000. She does some marketing, even if it's hard as marketing, at least she eats 10,000. And then others, which she does, reselling most, is also 10,000. So her total indirect cost is 45,000, and she can only sell 50 bags of oranges per month, so it gives us 900. So if we add the 19,000, which is the cost of production, to the 900, which is the indirect cost on each bag, it is 19,900. And if she multiplies it by 30%, she gets 5,970, bringing her cost to 25,870. So you can see the difference, 24,700 and 25,870 if you multiply both by 30%. You also see that 19,000 times 2 is 38,000. So if you check here, this person is now cheaper than this person. Because why? This one just did an appreciation times 2, but this guy calculated his own and got this thing, and they are offering the same, quality. Now let's come down. There is now Mama Amaka. Now Mama Amaka pays shop rent in Victoria Island or Lekki for 250,000 per month. Her utilities is 150,000 for lights and every other thing. Her marketing, she spends 200,000 apps and other things. Then salary, she has 3 staff that she pays about 200,000, which is some salary. And then others is 300,000 for other expenses. So her total is now 1.1 million, and if you divide it by 50 bags, because she also sells 50 bags, is now 22,000. Now, Mama Amaka, because of her utility, she offers free Wi-Fi, has the very nice ways that you can do content and every other thing, right? So now, if we add the initial cost of 19,000 to the 22,000, which is her indirect cost, is now 41,000. Now, if Mama Amaka decides to do like most people and just multiply this her 19,000 by 2, it will be 38,000, but it's not even up to her cost of production, which is 41,000. Now, Mama Amaka says, okay, let me add 30%. That is my profit margin, and she gets 12,300 plus the 41,000, which is 53,300. Now, per orange, she can sell at 667 naira. Per orange here is 475 naira, right? And so, if you check the two stuff, Mama Amaka can always sell based on value, the value she brings to the people and every other thing, and it will seem that she's cheaper than this person, right? Because she also offers other amenities. So whenever you are pricing, make sure that you add your indirect cost. Now your indirect cost most times will account for your value. Do you understand? So, but if it doesn't account, right, you can now say whatever, like if your value is not something that can be quantified, you can now use experience, maybe your experience, how many years, how much do you pay you people that are your experience per month? Do you understand? That will form your indirect cost.
So, as you can see, there's a reason why this sells for 1,200 and this sells for 175 naira. And you should not do your costing blindly. Make sure that you have factored in your direct costs, your indirect costs, and your profit margin. And also make sure that you are giving in value, and that value is ably represented. If you do this properly, we also see whether you need more customers, and some of you will be saying, hey, will I be doing it per product? No, you just have to do it once. And once you do it once, you can understand it and maybe be marking up as prices go on. Always make sure you are competitive, but you are competing with value, not just the product alone. So if you decide to compete with product with this person that sells for 175 naira, you will not be able to do it because your own indirect cost is higher. Make sure you are comparing apples with apples. So I hope this helps someone out there.
Thank you. Are we together? So now, do you understand the summary of the whole thing? Give me a bottle of water. This thing is echoing. Maybe you should drop it, push it down a bit. Irrespective of the brand of water. Irrespective of the brand of water. This water in any supermarket here is no more than 250. Is it? Is it? This same water, if you go to season 7 and eat and drink this same water, how much will it be? It will be 300, 350. Are we together? This same water, if you go to Transcorp and eat and take this water, or just go to Transcorp now, I want to drink only this water, it's 2,500 naira. This same water, if you go to Eco Hotel to go and drink this same water, is 4,500 naira. So now it is unwise for me to wake up and come online and start dragging Eco Hotel, start dragging Transcorp, because there are other things Transcorp and Eco Hotel factored inside that the other people didn't factor. Hope you know, if I find somebody hawking this water on the road, it will still be cheaper. It might be cooler or colder than the one in Eco or Sheraton. But what's the difference? Number one, it's ambience. The cost of selling this water to you in Eco, the cost of selling this water to you in Transcorp is not the same with the cost of selling this water to you in a supermarket. The cost price might be the same. All of them might be buying from the producer at the same price. However, what it will cost the people in Eco Hotel to deliver this water to you is different. Why you sat at Eco Hotel or Transcorp Hotel to drink this water, you were using their free Wi-Fi. True of us. Why you sat there, AC blew you. True of us. Why you sat there, a staff served this water to you. True of us. So a good businessman will factor in the AC, we factor in the free Wi-Fi, we also factor in the staff that came to come and serve you that water. Remember, the first meeting we had, we established the fact that the sole reason or the sole purpose of any business is for what? It's for profit. So it is wrong. The activist guy, I like him. Well, he has done so much for Nigeria. But when he woke up and started attacking business people, if the cost of a tricycle in China is 2 million naira, number one, I have to pay for the logistics of the container to be moved to the seaport. That's one. Secondly, I have to pay for the shipping of that thing to get to Nigeria. That's two. Thirdly, I have to pay for clearing of that container in Nigeria to customs. I have to pay custom duty. That's three. If my warehouse is in Abuja, I have to transport that thing from Lagos to Abuja. That's four. True of us. Then my organization, obviously I'm not the one doing this thing. I have staff. Where that thing is coming for, there is a warehouse that needs to be paid for. There is a staff that needs to be paid for. Now remember, whether I sell the tricycle in a month or not, I am still paying my staff. My staff is not interested with whether we made sale or we didn't make sale. Are you getting my point? So now somebody will ask, but the percentage margin, the profit margin, the percentage I'm putting for the profit is too much. You cannot put a cap on what I should make or the profit I should make in a business. Why? I am taking a risk. Number one, there is no guarantee anywhere. Faye did not come and meet me that import 5,000 tricycles, I will buy all. Nobody gave me that guarantee. I took a risk that you needed something. Went through the stress of securing that thing, bringing it to your doorstep or to your country for you to easily have access to it. So you cannot tell me that my percentage or my interest rate should be at this. Are you here? Are you here? So we are talking pricing. As a business person, for you to put a price tag on what you do, there are certain things you have to factor in. There is what we call direct cost and indirect cost. I am not teaching you theory. I run a business. Direct cost is the cost of the product. Machineries, if you use equipment, if you render services, those are your direct costs. For the media people, your cameras are your direct cost. Your equipment are your direct cost. And we're in a time where cameras are getting expensive, very, very expensive. Labor is your direct cost. Then we have indirect cost. Indirect costs are your utility. If you pay rent, if you pay water bill, if you pay light bill, if you buy fuel, if you move from one point to another, logistics, transportation, if you have staff, you have to factor all these things in. When you put all these factors, this cost I've mentioned, then you now have what we call profit margin. You could decide that 50% of your cost is your profit margin. You can decide, for every product I want to sell, I want to make a particular profit. It's left to you. So I give you an instance. I run a media company. So we do photography, we do video, and we do live streaming. So the cost of shooting one picture is the same with the cost of shooting 100 pictures. It makes no difference. Why? Whether I'm coming to come and shoot 3 people, whether I'm coming to come and shoot 4 people, the cost of transportation will not go change. Will it change? Whether I'm coming to come and shoot 1 person, whether I'm coming to come and shoot 2 people, the equipment I'm using will not change. The camera is 3 million, the camera is 3 million. Whether I'm shooting 1 person or 2 person, it doesn't change. Does it? The cost of me, my wisdom, my knowledge that I use, or the labor I use to shoot the 1 person and 100 person is the same. So you cannot meet me and say, because I'm coming to come and shoot just 1 person, I should charge lesser when I'm coming to come and shoot 5 or 7 persons. It's just 2 persons. It's just an hour event. It's just a 2 hour. Cost of production is the same. Are you here? This now explains to you the reason why a particular product in a particular place is more expensive than another place. Because there are other factors, indirect costs or indirect things, value that you are enjoying from the other place. A few days ago, a couple of days back was my daughter's birthday. I was so busy. That weekend, her birthday was supposed to be on Monday. So on Saturday, I had a wedding, which we needed to cover. On Sunday, I knew I would be prepping for the wedding or trying to deliver the images from the wedding. On Monday, I was supposed to fly to Yola. So it's going to be a busy schedule for me. So out of wisdom is profitable to do what? To direct. My daughter needs images. In as much as I do the same thing, let's get somebody else that will shoot her. Pay the person. Let the person do the thing and let us use the images while I rest and do other things. Abi? It was a mistake. We went there, did everything, paid the person and everything. So we're supposed to get the images on Sunday. Remember, her birthday was on Monday. So I was trying to buy time. When I saw the images, I sent it to my wife. The next thing, this thing no fine now. I didn't answer her. Why? I do the same thing. So my wife has been exposed to good images. She knows good images. It's what I do. She has seen me do it over time. So she knows a good image and she knows the bad. It's not fine, not fine. So what do I do? The same stress I was trying to avoid, and now had to go through the stress. I worked until 12 a.m. because it's her birthday. We need to post at 12 a.m. After I finished doing what I was supposed to do, and I sat and edited just 5 images, just 5. I started editing the image by 6 p.m. So 5 to 6 p.m. to 12 midnight is how many hours? It's 6 hours to produce just 5 images. When she saw the image, she was saying, She knew the difference. So now it now made me understand the reason why I charge the way I charge. So you cannot go out and say, Mr. A is charging so amount. I should charge so amount according to Mr. A. But you don't know the value that I'm giving added to that. Number one advantage or number one value you give me, you have when you give me a job is your images will be delivered. If it's a conference, your images will be delivered within 24 hours. If it's a wedding that you need to post, within 24 hours, you have something we call preview. Not all the images, but you have selected few that you can post. It's part of the services we render. It requires workforce. It requires labor to do that. Are you here? At best, it's 48 hours. My images are ready. If they will not be ready within 48 hours, I tell you. Then videos, you have your highlight within 3 days. Then you have your full video in 2 weeks. Because it takes more time to edit videos than to do pictures. When you understand these things, you will not be scared of telling a client to pay a certain amount. Why? You know the value you are giving to the client. So somebody like what's the name of your brand? Batia. Now Batia does not have a shop. Do you have a shop? She doesn't have a shop. She doesn't have a warehouse. So she sells her fabric at a particular cost. So by next year, 2026 is coming. Everybody has New Year resolution. So if peradventure by next year she now gets a shop or a place or a warehouse, you will not expect her to sell at the same price she was selling without a shop. It's not possible. She has to factor in that. You know how expensive power is. Light. If you run this consistently for a company, you run in millions in a month. If you do solar, God bless you. But if you do fuel and diesel, it runs in months. That's why this 15% tax or tariff on fuel is going to affect everything, because you don't have steady power supply. So every businessman is going to factor in that thing. So pricing is key. The primary aim of every business is what? Is profit. Is profit. And you cannot tell a businessman how much profit you should make. Why? He is taking a risk to run a business. So to get your pricing right, you have to consider your direct cost, indirect cost, profit margin. Then you divide by the number of, if it's product, you now divide by the number of products you have for sale. Are we together? If it's services, you now divide by the number of services you want to render, or your expected target for the month. You now get your price. Are you with me? Are you here? Theft in businesses. Theft in businesses. Stealing among employees is one of the leading causes of one of the reason causes why businesses fail after improper structure. Your business can survive for a while without a proper structure, but your business cannot survive if your people are stealing from you. And this is as a result of the terrible mindset we Africans have, this workshop mentality. Now we are person they work in the chop. So during one of our meetings, we discussed the reasons why businesses failed. And we said lack of structure was one. Theft is another one. So we are going to take our time to discuss reasons why how theft affects businesses in generally. There are only few companies and businesses in Nigeria that have survived for 30 years. They are now up to 10. They are now up to 10. Number one on the list is Dangote. Number one on the list is First Bank. First Bank is 100 years old. The only reason why First Bank has lasted 100 years is because it's not a family business. The people that started the business did not insist that it's their family member or their children that will take over the business. There's a proper structure that is working the business. And most of the banks, Union Bank is over 30 years. Unity Bank is over 30 years. And many of you know the company called Dan Tata and Sao. It's over 30 years. Dangote is over 30 years. There are only few companies in Africa or Nigeria that have lasted over 30 years. There are businesses you knew 10 years ago, they don't exist again. There are businesses you knew 5 years ago, they don't exist again. We discussed the reason why businesses failed earlier. So today we are going to be measuring on one. One is what we call theft and stealing in businesses. For those of you that watch mafia movies that have to do with drugs, movies that have to do with pimping, movies that have to do with illegal business, hope you know stealing from those people is a capital offense. They will kill you. Why? Anybody that steals from you is your enemy. We said when we started, in our first meeting, we said, if you don't have a source of livelihood, you will beg. And if you beg and people don't give you, you will steal. So now you have decided to create something that will cater for you, take care of you, put food on your table, and people are stealing from that thing to crumble the business. Who are they to you? They are your enemies. Are we here? Are we here? Are we here? One of the reasons why people do this is familiarity. Your staff is not your friend. Your employee is not your friend. You can be friendly to them, but they're not your friends. You can be friendly. I'm not saying you should frown all through the day, be mean to everybody. No, that's not what I'm saying. You can be friendly and be strict. Things should be done the way they should be done. In one of the classes, I also said that one of the reasons why partnership do not thrive in this part of the world is because the day you sign that partnership agreement with the person is that day he starts thinking of how to cheat you. Is one bad mentality Africans have. We have this ownership mentality. We want to own everything. Therefore, we are not open to partnership. When a few persons come together for partnership, the other person is opening up or thinking of how to cheat the other person. Are you here? Are you here? So what are the causes of theft in businesses? Number one is this work chop mentality. Now where person they work, they chop. Now the question is, if everybody eats or steal from the business, will your children have a company to employ them a couple of years from now? Number two is when your staff are not properly taken care of. When your staff are not properly taken care of, I give you an instance. Your staff, you sell provision or you own a restaurant, and you know fully well your staff cannot afford a meal there, and there's no provision for them to be taken care of, they will steal. They will steal. Now, not being properly taken care of, it has to do with salary if they are not well paid, especially when they know they can pay more. Some people or some business owners know that the amount they are paying people is not enough. You are paying somebody a business, you are paying somebody, an employee of yours that is working for you, 30,000 naira. You know 30,000 naira will not go anywhere. You know. You also know that you can do more than 30,000 naira. And on that 30,000 naira, you still don't pay as often as you should pay. You are owing them 2-3 months. What do you think they will do? I've told you, hunger is a powerful tool. Hunger is a powerful tool. Even scripture says that if a man steals out of hunger just to eat, the Bible says if you catch it, don't kill him. The only punishment you should give the person is you should refund what he has stolen. Scripture still says that if you go to harvest your crop, while harvesting, anyone that falls on the ground, don't carry it. Why? He said because of the poor. When they come to your farm, they see the one, they should pick it and eat. Scriptures have made provision for people to be taken care of. The poor should be taken care of in case of hunger. Not for selfish reasons or any other, hunger. And you have staff, what you are paying them, you know it's not enough. You know it's not enough. They say they take home pay is not even enough to take them home again. Now the country or the government have instituted the minimum wage. You are struggling to pay the minimum wage. You are giving them reasons why you will not give them the minimum wage. And you know cost of living has gone high. That 30,000 naira you are paying an employee or a staff of yours is not enough for your data in a month. Unlimited data in a month is more than 30,000 naira. Are you here? Are you here? Take care of your staff. If they are not taken care of, they will steal. Next reasons why people steal is when an opportunity presents itself. It takes discipline for someone not to steal when an opportunity presents itself. I'll give you an example. You walked into your boss's office and you saw money just lying. Or somebody came to come and do business in your business place. And nobody was aware of the transaction. It will take a disciplined person to report the transaction. There are certain places when you go to, after a certain time, anything that happens in that place after a certain period of time, the employee, the business owner have no idea that that transaction took place. That transaction took place. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? There are two kinds of thefts. Two kinds of theft or stealing. Number one, stealing from customers or clients of the company. Stealing from customers or clients of the company. The price of these goods is 50,000 naira. You know it's 50,000 naira. Your boss have told you it's 50,000 naira. But when a customer came in, you told the customer it's 70,000 naira. And amazingly, some people are so wicked that if the customer refuses to pay that particular amount, they will not sell. Meanwhile, that's not the price. Do you understand what I'm saying? The price of this phone, for instance, I'm just giving an instance, is 100,000 naira. And I told you this phone is 100,000 naira. Somebody came to come and buy the phone. You told the person 150,000 naira. The person gave you 120,000 naira. You refused. The person gave 100,000 naira. You refuse. The person gave you 120,000 naira. You refuse. Just because you have not made that particular thing you put on top that you want to make. Who are you stealing from in that case? You're stealing from the client. Because your boss knows the price. Are you here? He knows the price. And it becomes worse if the client doesn't buy because of your wicked and selfish act. He didn't give you the amount you wanted. Are you here? Then there are cases where there are people that run cleaning businesses, or there are people that run businesses that requires you to go to the house of the client. There's a particular package I do. It's called home service, where we bring the studio to your house. So imagine in that case, I went there with my assistant, and there was money laying bare, or something somewhere. My assistant took it, I didn't know. And amazingly, we were the only strangers that entered the house. And the client now calls. How far? Since you wanna come, this thing they miss. No, we didn't carry you, not knowing that your assistant have picked something from the house of the client. From the house of the client. It affects business. Number two kind of stealing is stealing from the company. You are all business owners here. So this is very important to you. Why? Because it takes creativity to steal from another person. The one that blew my mind, that I heard of, was when the staff of the company, you know, all these fintech companies, all these mobile banks that you can open account easily. The staff of the company went to go and open an account in the name of the company. So when you come to the company and you want to buy, he will sell to you. You will pay. But that money doesn't get to the company. It's his money. And in the space of 1 month, he stole 2 million naira. It's the creativity for me. It's the creativity for me. It's amazing. 2 million. He will acquire the account. He will give the account number. The account number. Account number will will produce the name. Brains Aguma Studio. That's the account. Meanwhile, the money did not get to Brains Aguma Studio. Now, when you come in, there are no stocks on the or things you saw people, things are happening. However, it's not reflecting in our resources. Now, don't be surprised. This happens even in churches. I give another instance. This was a church scenario. Offering was being taken. So unfortunately for the thief that day, the head or the accountant or the head of the people that count money gave his offering in dollars. And it was the era where dollar touched 2,000 naira. $1 touched 2,000 naira. So the guy gave $100 as offering. That's how much? That's 200,000 naira. And you know, there's a way sin makes you foolish. There's a way sin makes you what? So the person has been stealing, he has been stealing naira, has been going scot-free. But unfortunately, he now stole the dollar. So then they were counting the money. The guy came. They gave the total in all the denomination. He said, there's something wrong. He said, what is wrong? Somebody stole from the offering. They said, how do you know somebody stole from the offering? He said, I gave my offerings in dollars, and it's not here. So okay. So how are we going to do to catch the person? So now this was not discussed with everybody. It was discussed with the head of the department and the rest. So how are we going to catch the person? So unknowing to the person, within the week, CCTV cameras were installed in church. CCTV camera was installed in church. And as usual, business as usual. They didn't tell anybody that CCTV camera were installed in church. So what did they do? Took offering, discovered. So when they counted the offerings, they now went back to go and watch the CCTV camera, and they realized that there's this particular brother. When he collected the offering basket, you know, it's a big church. So baskets are going around. So when he collected his own, they didn't go to go and pour where everybody was paying. He headed straight to his car. He took the basket out of the church. The CCTV camera outside caught him going to his church, to his car, emptied it. He was coming back, the basket was empty. You have to be wise. I've told you a couple of months back, but the most difficult set of people to lead are humans. So they did it for 3 Sundays to have proper evidence. So the 3rd Sunday, they called him. So they noticed that there were policemen in church. So something has been happening. This particular day, this particular amount missed. This particular day, this happened, this happened. If you are here and you are the one that did it, you have 10, 20 minutes, just go and meet the pastor outside. Tell him you are the one that did it. Explain yourself and the matter will be done. Nobody moved, nobody shaked. They now play CCTV. The policeman was at the door. You can't leave. So that's how they arrested him. That was in church. So how much more your own business, please? I give you another instance. This was a shawarma spot where this lady, she could testify that she was making another thing that make people steal from business owners is laziness. You are not doing anything, but you don't want to sit in your business place. Sit down for us, they do, madam. See, they are making sales, but they are not seeing the money. She can see that they are making, but they are not seeing the money. So she now reached out to a fellow a friend that does the same business. Said, this is my problem. What? This is my problem. How am I going to solve it? He said, now the friend now gave her a wisdom. What do? Go to the market yourself. Buy the quantity that will require to make a certain amount of shawarmas. When you go there, she went to the market, bought the material she needed, and let's assume she went to the market with 100,000 naira, bought the materials for 100,000 naira worth of shawarma, bought the materials, and that materials was able to produce 50 shawarmas. They recorded it. They went to the market again, bought another set. All these things was happening without the staff knowing what was happening. They recorded 50. Recorded another 50. Another time they had 51. Another time they had 49. So now they now know that that amount of money will now produce they now give it this time. Let's assume 49 shawarma. If they want to steal, let them steal 2. They did it 3 times to confirm it. So this particular day, she did the same thing. She now left. They now sent her the report. And when they sent the report, out of 50 shawarma, 24 was missing. That's half. Now called the lady. They sent a report to 24 is missing. So let us go and meet them there. They don't allow anybody to go home. Went back, met them, sat down. Now that's when they now opened up to them. For the past couple of days, this is what we've been doing. And this is how many shawarmas this amount of material produces in a day. So the average is 50 or 49. Where is 25? So unfortunately for them, the thieves, they had a new staff. Madam done the GK, Madam done the choir, Madam is shouting. The new staff, she's just new in stealing. Her heart is not yet strong. She now opened up. So Madam, at the end of the day, they gave me money. Oh, I don't know where the money came from. But it could be from the Mrs. Shawarma. So one person has spoken now. Every other person have to, they now brought out the money. That's how they recovered the money. But one thing she did is she didn't sack them. But they have known that Madam has what? Has known. So the stealing will stop. But if Madam still goes back and sits at home, I've told you, thieves are creative. The more sophisticated your system is, the more creative and smart the thief has to be. As sophisticated as American banks are, people still break in and steal from them. Are you here? So the more sophisticated the system is, the more creative and smart the thief has to be. So you have to be on your toes. I've worked in the bank before, and in those days, as tight as the bank, somebody stole 10 million. This was as far back as 2010. How did he do it? A customer brought in a chunk of money to deposit and gave it to him. He recorded that the money was deposited into the customer's account, but it didn't reflect in the vault. And before they could discover, the guy was as far as Benin. He ran, so they had to declare him wanted. Till I left the bank, I didn't know if they caught him or not. Are you here? Are you here? This might not make sense to you until you labor to erect a structure and somebody comes to come and steal from it. Recently, I also was presented with another case. I was told of an apprentice that has built a house. That has built a house. And I said, the person that was telling me, hope you know he's not smart. So he stole the money from his boss. It's not his money, it's his boss's money that he stole. He's not smart. So he might have think he is smart. He has stolen the money, has built a house. One thing is certain. One thing is certain. Guess who are the most insecure people? Thieves. For you to run a business, you must, to an extent, trust people. If you are a thief, you cannot trust people. It will limit your business. Because you think everybody is stealing from you because you are a thief. That's the problem. So he might have the structure, but one thing is sure. The day he erects his own structure, that he wants to start the same business, you'll be amazed. A thief that is more smarter than him, he will be the one to employ the person. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? So how do we handle theft in businesses? Note, before we have to understand that you cannot totally stop it. You can control it. You can bring it to the merest minimum. And there are certain wise businessmen that have allowed certain loopholes to be in their business for you to take something. They are not daft. They know why they allowed it. Take, for instance, I give you an instance of an apprentice or somebody in a shop adding money on a particular product to sell to a client. Some Igbo men are aware that their boys are adding money. They are aware. The only thing they tell them is, don't allow your greed not let me sell market. If I discover it, it's going to be a problem. So I gave an instance where the particular person was insisting to sell the phone for 150, right? And refused to sell. And you offered him 120. A good, properly trained person will take the 120. Keep Oga's 100K and keep his 20K. So there are certain you cannot stop it entirely. However, you can control it. So wise and smart business people allowed certain loopholes to be in their businesses deliberately. Deliberately. Number one, they know that what they are paying you is not enough. They know. So they have to create a system to make it comfortable. Are you learning something? Are you learning something? So if you're a white businessman, you are sending somebody on an errand. Take, for instance, I'm sending you to go and get materials for the company. Obviously, you're supposed to bring receipt. Abi? You're supposed to bring receipt, Abi? You and I know that you can negotiate with whoever is selling to you to put the price you tell him on the receipt. We know. But as a smart businessman, I will not necessarily want to vet everything you bought. Am I not? And as a good businessman, if your budget of going to the market is say 100K, I will give you 20 to 10K extra. I'm not daft. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Why? Because where most of the theft happen is procurement. Where they buy things for the company. That's where more theft happen. Where the procurement officer goes and negotiates with the people and tell the people to put a certain amount on the receipt. And then bring it to the company. And the company is paying that figure. You send somebody, oh God in heaven. You send somebody to run an errand for the company. The person run the errand for the company with his or her car. And you know it's not your urine that's made the car move. You know the car does not move but with water. And yet, because you know the person used his car, you didn't give the person money for fare. You are raising a thief. You are raising a thief. The person is making calls for the company. Let's assume you have not gotten the official line for the company, which you should have an official line for the company. But if you have not gotten the official line, the person using his own phone to make calls for the company. You are not reimbursing the person to get the data back. So if the person asks for, okay, Oga, this needs 5,000, you send 5,000 naira. You didn't even include the charges of the POS or the transaction that will be cost. Then if the person complains, you now include 100 naira for the transaction charges. You are raising a thief. Are you here? Are you here? So if certain people go their way, out of their way, to do certain things for the company, let's say the person uses his or her fuel to drive his or her car to go do something for the company, make sure you reimburse the person. Why? If the person had not used that car, you'd have paid transport to do it. True or false? Are you here? So how do we handle it? Number one, track your goods and services. There are 3 ways or 2 ways which a product can leave your company or your shop. It is either it is sold or is stolen. It is either it is sold or what? Or stolen. If it is damaged, they should show you. If something got spoiled, they should show you. If it's damaged, they should show you. So track your goods. Track your goods. If a particular equipment is leaving your company or is leaving the office should be aware of it. Track it to know. I'll give you an example. There's this couple, they were not married, but both of them were working in this particular club. So what do? They go and buy drinks, their own drinks, not for the club. They go and buy their own drinks, bring it to the club. Whenever somebody plays an order, they sell their own drinks first. It's when their own drinks finish before they start selling the drinks of the company. Do you understand? You want to do business, ba? Which wisdom? You want to do business, Abi? Okay. You want to do business? Okay. It happened for months before the guy or the owner of the club now later realized. Now you think he's smart, but who is paying the running cost of the place? It's the owner of the business, not them. Are you here? Are you here? Number 2, take care of your staff. If you run a business or you render a service or sell a product that your staff cannot afford, there should be a kind of incentive for them. Take, for instance, you run a school, and what you pay your staff or your teachers or the people that run your school cannot help or is not enough for their children to school in your system. So what do you do for such people? You give them incentives. If you are my staff and you want your child to school where you work, you have 50% discount. So if school fees is 100,000, you are paying just 50,000. You work here. It's an incentive. It might not be much, but the people will feel appreciated. If you bring 2 or 3 persons to be admitted in this school, you have a certain incentive. It could be 10 or 20% of the salary. Of the school fees. Or the first school fees, or no matter however you want to put it. So it could be that their minimum wage is their salary is 70,000 minimum wage. Abi? So now, this place here, they pay school fees of 100,000 naira, especially the first session when they are admitting new students. So if I can bring 5 or 10 students to be admitted in this school, and Oga or Madam or proprietors give me 10% on each. 10% of 100,000 is how much? It's 10,000 naira. So if I can bring 10, is how much? It's 100,000 naira. So I've made 100,000 additional to my what? 70,000 that particular month. I will not feel cheated. Are you here? Are you here? Now, another problem with what I just said now is people take certain systems for granted. Especially when there are certain incentives people enjoy in where you do business or in your particular organization. Some people take it for granted. Some people don't take it serious. Some people don't appreciate it. Some people don't value it. However, don't generalize how you treat people. Treat people individually. Let me say it again. Are you here? Are you here? So don't generalize how you treat people. Treat people as individuals. Treat people individually. Because I did with Emmanuel Oji. Because he's an Igbo man, he cheated me. I now generalize all Igbo men are thieves. No, 1,000 times no. Because I dealt with Feyi, she's Yoruba. So all Yoruba people behave that way Feyi has behaved. No, that's not true. Because somebody came to come and do something, you gave the person for free, the person took it for granted. It simply means every person that comes, you give something for free, takes it for granted. That's not true. But in most cases, anything people get for free, they take it for granted. Are you here? Are you here? In most cases, people don't value the things given to them for free. In most cases. Are you here? Are you here? So if you sell, I said take care of your people, right? Take care of your staff. If you sell an edible goods, let's say you run a restaurant, at least let your staff be entitled to 1 meal a day. Then it is left for the person, if the person wants to sell their plate or their meal. This particular brother of ours had a smoothie shop, and he kept a manager in charge. And the manager, they had just 4 staff. So the manager told them, each and every person is entitled to 1 cup of smoothie. So if you want, you take the smoothie. If you want, you sell the smoothie. It's your own. Then the owner of the company said, no. Say no. Scrapped it. It was just 2 weeks later. Discovered that the money is not being complete again. Discovered that the money is not what? It's not being complete again. They started having shortage. He now called the manager. How far now? I said, say, since you left, the people started having shortage. Now call the manager back and told them it's simple psychology. This thing, if these guys don't have access to take this thing, it will be like one big deal. Then they will start stealing. But make it open to them that you at least you have 1 cup a day. Then it is left for him to sell that 1 cup or to take the 1 cup. Reason being that after taking smoothie every day for 1 week, the thing will tire you. It's simple psychology. Monica is coming. Are you here? It's simple psychology. Have you noticed that people that run poultry don't like chicken, don't like birds? Have you noticed? They smell at a certain level start irritating you. It's simple psychology. But even the Bible says, do not muzzle the axe that trained the floor. It simply means that the ox that is walking, in those days they use ox to walk, Abi. Do not close his mouth. He should eat from what is trending. People are walking in a place. You say, I'm talking particularly restaurants, and they can't eat from there. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. I always make fun of this. If you go to a place like Transcorp, they have something called staff car park. That means they are paying you so well, they are expecting you to buy a car. Do you get the point? They are paying you so well. It's a private organization. They are paying you so well, they are expecting you to do what? To buy a car. Therefore, there's staff car park. There was a time Don Jazzy came online and was crying. He came to work late and he didn't have where to park his own car. Everybody, all the staff had cars. And the place was a bit small. And it's one of the moments he felt very proud. He came out and did a video and post. People are working for you and they are looking wretched every day and you think you are enjoying. Take care of your people. It's just a matter of time. Are you here? Are you here? Create a system where they have a certain portion of what you sell so that they can enjoy. Number 2, create a system around your business. How to handle theft. Create a system around your business. There should be a system between when services is rendered or a goods is sold and when money is received. There should be a system. There should be a system between when service is rendered and when the money is received. Between when a goods is sold and when money is received. If you come to me, and in business, communication is key. We don't work based on assumption. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Am I talking to somebody who has brains like a studio? Yes, you are. I need a shoot. What kind of shoot do you need? Is it a pre-birthday shoot? Is it a pre-wedding shoot? Is it a family portrait? You will tell me. If it's a pre-birthday shoot, the person I'm shooting, how old is the person? Shooting anybody 5 years below is more stressful than shooting an adult. So we charge more. Because obviously, if you allocated 1 hour for the shoot, you and I know you cannot shoot an infant in 1 hour. You and I know you cannot shoot a toddler in 1 hour. You will know. That's why their shoots are more expensive. Any baby stuff are more expensive. If you have not noticed, don't worry, you soon notice. You soon notice. Are you here? So therefore, if Emmanuel Oji wants to shoot, I want to have a shoot. Okay? Your shoot is 80,000 naira per hour. The session is what? 80. If you want to do 10 outfits within 1 hour, is your business. Do 10 outfits within 1 hour. But in that 1 hour session, you have only 5 edited images. It is clearly written. You are not assuming. Because you snapped with Francis. Francis gave you 20 images for 10,000 naira. Doesn't mean you come and meet me. My own. Your shoot session is 1 hour. Then that 1 hour, you have 5 edited images. If you want an extra image after the 5 edited images, 1 image is 6,000 naira. No. Not after we finish shooting. You now select 35 images. And you're expecting us, no, it's not done like that. Communication. So it's a process. So what's the process? When you call, first of all, you have to book we don't run a working studio. You book your session. Your shoot date is 5th of December. That 5th of December, you are shooting 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. If you miss 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you now come 2 o'clock. It's another person shooting time. We cannot stop the person shooting time because of you. And for us to leave that particular slot, time, or date for you, you have to make payment, what we call deposit. When we are done shooting, you pay your balance. We deliver the images. You want more images, you now pay according to the number you've selected. Let's assume you select 5 more, or you select 5 more. 6 times 5 is 30,000 naira. You pay, it will be what? Edited and given to you. It's a system. You have to book your session first. If you are calling us for an event, we are not moving a muscle until you make payment. I said there should be a system between when the service is rendered and when money is received. There should be what? A system. I'm talking in a place where you are rendering services. We are not moving a muscle. We are not moving an inch until deposit is made. Reason being that you cannot wake up and change your mind tomorrow. Number 2, upon cancellation, for any reason whatsoever you made your mind, it is only 70% of the deposit you made that will be paid back to you. 30% will be kept back for the preparation that was made for that day and for the inconveniences you caused, because you booked for that date and you didn't come for your shoot, or you didn't allow us work for you. We told other people no. We didn't take other jobs because of your booking. So you now wake up and say you want to cancel. Okay, no problem. We refund you, but it's only 70% of what you deposited we're refunding. We are taking 30% for our loss. I'm teaching you business. In a case of goods or services where you sell a particular product, the customer go reach house, finish, come back, say no, like I'm making no problem, change, pick another one. No, I want my money back. No, we are not giving you money. Pick another one. It's a policy. We're not carry another one. We're not giving you money. Something happened though. The event has been moved. No problem. We waited when the event is shooting. Are you here? Why? It's so that people will not make caricature of your business. So that people don't take your business for granted. When I was learning, now that's one of the advantages apprenticeship does for you. You see the mistakes your boss make and you correct them in your own time. When we're learning, the person called us for a shoot, and the person wanted to do an outdoor shoot. It was supposed to be Millennium Park. It was supposed to be Millennium Park. Only for us to go and reach Millennium Park. We now call the person, Alpha, we are here for a shoot. Oh, I forgot. As I'm talking to you, I'm on my way to Lagos. On your way to Lagos. You forgot that you had a shoot. Why did the person forget? He didn't make deposit. If you make deposit, no go forget. So it was there and then my boss now made a policy. Before he moves a muscle, you must make deposit. Now, me, I don't need to experience it to learn. I learned it there. Before I move a muscle, you must make deposit. Now, there is what we call capital. In a case where I have to use my money to execute a job, then you pay me later. In that case, I personally have to make sure that it is in writing. I'm teaching you business. It is what? It's common with people that make supply. Supply, they will pay you later. Bring the supply, will pay you later. There are some other companies, they do their expenses at the end of the month. Take, for instance, you are supplying Transcorp. They pay you at the end of the month. You supply everything they need for the month. They pay you at the end of the month when they are running their expenses. So, in that case, you are writing MOU. It's called Memorandum of Understanding or Memorandum of an Agreement. This, I'm rendering this service, or I'm receiving this service from Brains Agreement Studio to be paid on so day. You must write the date you're paying me. So with that document that you have given me now, I can go to my bank. I have a job. I need XYZ amount to execute the job. This is when they are paying. When they pay, you remove your money. You leave the rest in my account for me. That's one. Two, if peradventure you wake up tomorrow and say, I'll not do again, I'll not pay again, I can take that document to anywhere to make you pay. But if I don't have any document, inked, written in ink or written in black and white, to prove that I was giving the supply, giving the job, giving the contract, I will be at the losing end. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Creating a system is expensive. That's one of the reasons why small businesses fail. Creating a structure is expensive. Now it's just you. You sell, you don't sell, you're okay, Abby. But by the time you rent a shop, you now have a sales girl. The sales girl will not hear whether you sold or you didn't sell. You have to pay the person. Your landlord will not hear whether you made business or you didn't make business. You have to pay rent. So creating a system is expensive. However, when your business crumbles, you discover that creating that system was cheaper than losing your business. Are you here? Are you here? If a person gets caught, ensure he is punished to the latter. If a person gets caught, if the person wants, let the person bring his ancestors to come and beg you. Don't listen. Do you know why? People take advantage of kindness, empathy, and compassion. You stole 20 million from a company and you want to come and say sorry, just pardon, temper justice with mercy, it was the devil, and you want everything to just go like that. And you don't know what it cost that company, how much it cost that company to make 20 million naira that you stole, 10,000 naira that you stole, 15,000 that you stole. We are back. Ngozi. They walked through the night. Understand with them. They walked through the night. Are we together? Are we together? If somebody gets caught, ensure the person pays to the latter. Ensure the person receives the full punishment. Ensure. Why? Any system where there are no consequences for action, people will abuse the system. Any system where there are no consequences for action, people will abuse the system. We're talking on how to handle theft. Number 2, or next number, we've called them plenty. We've mentioned many. Why employing? Consider character over skill. Why employing? Consider character over skill. Why? It is easier to teach a person a skill than to instill character in the person. It is easier to instill skill in somebody than to instill character in a person. Are you here? Are you here? I say it is easier to instill skill in someone than character. Therefore, while you are employing, check character, leave skill, check character. And I told you something about habits. The thing about habits is you would not know when you express them or exhibit them in public. You won't know. It's something you've done over and over, and it has become part of you. It has become an unconscious part of you. So you don't know when if you are disrespectful, it's a matter of time. You go show up. If you're a thief, it's a matter of time. You will show it. So why employing? Yes, the person has to be competent, very, very true. But I hope you know, an intelligent accountant is a thief. A person can steal from you. He's the accountant. He's the one in charge of the accounts. And amazingly, or worst of all, you didn't do accounting in school. Are you here? Also, why employing? Contact previous organization of the person you want to employ. If the person resigned, know how the person behaved before he was resigned. If the person was sacked, call to ask why the person was sacked. You must do that. Next number, create a dual control system of the sensitive parts of the business where theft are likely to happen. Create a dual system of the sensitive part of the business where theft is most likely to happen. So if there is a warehouse, let not just one person have access to the warehouse. Let two people have the keys to the warehouse. For no reason whatsoever should the warehouse be open when the other person is not there. Both of them have to be there for the warehouse to be open. Number two, for no reason whatsoever should one of the person give the other person his or her key to the warehouse. I saw this in the banking system when I was working there. The vault, no one single person had access to the vault. Some banks or some branches had 4 persons or minimum 2 persons. The 2 persons must be on ground for the vault to be open. If anything gets missing in the vault, both of you be held responsible. So, vault, warehouse, store, anywhere that is sensitive, let not just one person have access to it. The storekeeper should be different from the accountant. The storekeeper should be different from the procurement officer. It should not be the storekeeper that goes to the market. Structure. Are you here? Are you here? The person handling the account should not be the procurement officer. The person handling the account should not be the person going to go and buy things for the company. The accountant should be different. The procurement officer should be different. If by any reason whatsoever you have siblings or family in your business, they shouldn't handle money. If for any reason whatsoever you have family members that are part of your business, they shouldn't handle money. Now we have a golden principle in business. You don't do business with family. There are certain exceptions to that rule. So if you apply the exception to that rule and you are one of the exception, the person, the family member that is part of your business should not handle money. If both of you are the ones that started the business, none of you should handle money. Do you know the amazing thing about principles? You might argue with them, but they don't change. And if you argue with them, go and prove otherwise. Are you here? Next, always do a financial audit. Always do a financial audit. Next, do you know what an audit is now? Bring external people to come and check. A particular company did an audit and realized 10 million naira was missing. A friend of mine was brought into Abuja to take over a law firm. And it was realized that the previous person that was managing the law firm stole 10 million naira from the law firm. The person was dating the secretary of the firm, was funding their outing. The person managing the firm was married. So he was having an affair with the secretary of the firm. Whenever they go out, it's the firm's money that will be used for the dates, for hotel reservations and stuff. It's the firm's money. After paying her salary, he tops up something for her from the firm's money. Now the guy was so careless that he was doing everything from the company's account. So all the firm needed to do was get the statement of account, and they saw everything. It was from the statement of the account they realized that he was actually having an affair with the secretary. The secretary was sacked. He was still paying the secretary. do an audit. Which leads to the next thing. Be actively involved in your business. Stop this madam mentality. Myself and my business partner were about to get an office for next year. And I told him, I looked him to the face and I told him that, hope you know that when we get the office, when there is a job, we are not sitting in the office. He said, why? I asked him, how do we get clientele? He said, from the venue. So you were getting clientele from the venue. Now when you can't get office, you go to the sit down for office. They send people go work. So how do you think the clientele will keep coming? He said, that's true. Be actively involved in your business. This madam mentality, this organ mentality. At least one of my favorite billionaires in Africa is Dangote. I love the guy. He has built something worthwhile. He is worth studying. He is worth emulating. And listen to one of his interviews. He said, if he doesn't have any engagement in the morning, he is the first person to resume in his business place. The only person that comes there before him is the security man, because the security man slept there. And if he doesn't have any other engagement later in the day, he's the last person that leaves his business place. Just 1 million where you get for account. They form madam. You come to work 10 a.m. You leave by 2. It's a recipe for disaster. Be actively involved. Be around. Be active. There's a reason why I say be actively involved. Are you here? The last but not the least, use technology. Use technology. If you can afford it, there are accounting apps that you can use. There are bookkeeping apps that you can use. There are accounting softwares that you can use. Almost every supermarket right now has an app. The only thing that is costing them is power. It has to be on. Use technology. Use CCTV cameras. Use them. At least it should be there. It should be and for any reason whatsoever, it should not be off. For no reason whatsoever should the CCTV camera be off. No reason whatsoever. But you know, for the CCTV camera to be off, well, there are solar powered ones these days. Are you here? Use technology. Be involved in your business. If it was sweat and blood you used in building the business, guard it jealously. Guard it jealously. There is something we call economic hours. My men and brethren, if the Lord has not asked you to be praying at that point in time, my brother, pray at the end of the day. Economic hours is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They are called economic hours. You should not be found in a church service during that period. Except you are going for healing and deliverance service. Healing simply means you are sick, you cannot go to work. Abi? But if you can go to work, don't go for the healing and go to work. If you are so battered by demons that you don't have a job, go for the deliverance. But if you don't fall in these two categories, hear me and hear me well. For no reason whatsoever, within your economic hours, you are in church. Let me now balance it. I have a conference coming up that I'll be part of. It's called Young Ministers. It's for ministers. It's not for everybody. It's called Young Ministers Conference. The reason why it's going to start on a Tuesday, morning, evening session. The conference is going to be 6 sessions thereabout, morning and evening. So, but I just said you should not be in church during economic hours. The conference is called what? Young Ministers Conference. So a minister, you are a minister. Do you understand? So you are a minister. That's why the timing is kept that way. However, if you are a working minister, that's why you have evening session. Are you here? That's why you have evening session. Are we together? Thank you very much. We'll take a break from here. Let's do breakfast. Thank you. We're live, right? Welcome back from the break. Hope you enjoyed your meal. The billionaire status. The billionaire status. We exhausted the other one now. We finished what we're talking, so we're just trying to crown it up. We have a vision that in the next 10 years, we should be able to raise billionaires. And when I did this research, I now realize how much work we need to do, or how much work we have. When I did this research, I realized that out of the 8 billion people we have in the world, we only have 3,000 billionaires. Out of the 8 billion people we have in the world, the population of the world right now is 8 billion. But out of this 8 billion, we only have 3,000 billionaires in dollars. The whole world. And out of these 3,000 billionaires, 1,000 billionaires are from America. That's why it's the richest nation in the world. America is the richest nation in the world because it has the highest number of billionaires in the world. Then the rest of the world share the 2,000. Now it tells you something, that for you to fall in that category. Now, when we're talking about the billionaire status, I'm talking about the billionaire in dollars, not in naira. Are you here? The billionaire in dollars, not in naira. The first billionaire that we ever had, apart from Solomon, Solomon's wealth was not measured in billion, but the one we had, according to history, is the guy called John D. Rockefeller. The guy had a company called Standard Oil. Standard Oil was so big, so powerful, that the American government had to divide Standard Oil into 12 other companies. Yet, the 12 other companies were still big. He's the first billionaire. Now, between that was in 1960. Between 1960 to 1982, we only had 13 billionaires. From 1960 to 1982, we only have 13 billionaires. Now, as of 1916 to 1960, we had 10 billionaires. Now, John D. Rockefeller existed in the 1916 era. So in 1916, we had 1 billionaire on earth, which was the guy named John D. Rockefeller. Now, from 1916 to 1960, we had 10 billionaires. Now, from 1960 to 1982, where we now had Forbes list, we had 13 billionaires. Then from 1982 till now, we've had 3,000 billionaires. Now, if you notice, the growth was sporadic or was more between 1982 to 2025. Are you here? It simply means that the world is making more billionaires faster than it used to be a couple of years back. This could be tied to one major reason. Knowledge has increased, and knowledge travels faster now than it traveled those days. The guy, I used to be a fan of the guy until I did a certain research and I realized that the guy was so big. John D. Rockefeller was the one that designed the academic system that you have today. Yes, he's the one that designed the academic system you have today. And the sole reason the academic system you have today was designed was for them to train employees that will work in their factories. That's the sole reason of education. Are you here? Now, in the 1918s, around the 9th century thereabout, or the 10th or the 12th century thereabout, there's a guy called Henry Ford. The margin, the gap between the rich and the poor was so much that the factory workers, the poor, started protesting. So Henry Ford now called his fellow billionaires at the time, which they were very few. I told you between John D. Rockefeller to that time, they were just 13. Called them, and they had to design something called the middle class, so that gap won't be too much. So what was the middle class? The middle class was, these guys working for us at managerial level, let's design a system where they have cars and they have a house. But it will take them 20 to 30 years to pay, which is, they brought about the mortgage system. Let's just make them comfortable a little, give them a house, give them a car, they will not complain. So they created the middle class. Are you here? So the primary reason why your academic system was designed was for them to create employees. The curriculum has not changed. Up until recent time, they now added entrepreneurship. But the lecturer that is teaching you entrepreneurship does not own a business. He's teaching you theory. He knows nothing. He doesn't even know a curse. So what he's teaching you is theory. He has not fact proved the things he's teaching. So if a graduate graduates after 5-6 years and is looking for a job, it's not his fault. It's not her fault. That is what the system was designed to make him do. That's what the system was designed to do. So you discover the guy at the Alaba market, he's speaking cut and join English. He might not speak fluent English, yet he's a millionaire. In error. The system he went to taught him how to grow a business. Taught him how to make money. The system you went to taught you how to work for money. Are you here? Are you here? Now there is a group that is a bit ahead of this billionaire status. It's called centi-billionaire. Yes. These are the centi-billionaires. These are the people that have 100 billion upward. Dangote just touched $30 billion. Like last month or 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, last month. Today is first. He just touched 30 billion. Ronaldo just became a billionaire in last month too. Are you here? So when I did the research and I realized that we have work to do. Ronaldo have been playing soccer for the past couple of 20 years, thereabout, yet he just became a billionaire. Now, he didn't become a billionaire from the soccer that he's playing, which is another thing we teach. He became a billionaire from the brand, the CR7 brand. He's the only person living that has a museum of himself. He didn't wait till he died before he created a museum. He created it while he's alive. He became the product. He became the brand. Are we together? Now, out of these 3,000 billionaires that we have in the world, in dollars, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in Nigeria. Are you seeing how difficult it's getting? Number one on the list is our guy, Dangote. When I did this research it was worth 27 billion. Now, as told you last month, 2 weeks ago, it was just certified that he's worth 30 billion. You're welcome. Sit. Are you here? Then number 2, we have our guy, Abdul Ramad Rabiu, the guy that owns Boa Cement. He's worth 7.6 billion. Now, this is estimated though. Me too, I got these figures from somewhere. After him is somebody called Mike Adenuga. After him is another guy called Otto Eze. After him is another guy called Adebayo Oguisi. Then we have Tokbe Owatona. These are the only billionaires in dollars we have in Nigeria. Out of how many people? 250 million people. Are you here? Now, let me now bust your head. There are a class of people that are not on this list. The reason why these guys are on this list is because their source of wealth can be proven. It's legal. And they made their source of wealth public. I was studying the other day while I was in Yola, and I realized that a past Senate president in Nigeria had in one of his offshore accounts $69 billion. Are you here? Are you hearing the English I'm speaking? One, not all. So the reason why him is not part of this list is obviously the money was stolen. He can't account for it. Now, how did you know about it? It was because he was investigated. The CIA met our authorities here that they have intel about social person. The person had this particular figure that was stolen. That's how we got to know. That was just from one account. Now, there are other people that if Forbes named them on their list, they will sue Forbes. They don't want to be known. Are you here? So let's establish the fact that there are a set of billionaires or people that are wealthy, extremely wealthy, that Forbes, it will be illegal for Forbes to put them on their list. Let's settle that. So now let us deal with the people that are on the list that we know of. Are you here? Are you here? Now, this list I just mentioned to you, I said, what they do is known. Their businesses are not hidden. Their assets are known. It is from the assets and businesses that it's being estimated. There's a reason. I'm not rushing. I'm not shouting. I want you to understand. If our vision is to raise billionaires, then we have to know what it takes to be a billionaire. And in our context, when we call billionaires, we're not talking naira. We're talking dollars. That's the standard for now. Until the global market standard is changed, then we can now do the other one that is changed to. So billionaires in naira, there are many. There are many. There are many. There are many. This is a money class. It's not a church service. It's a money class. So we're talking money. Recently, one young man that thought he has money was attacking another elder statesman. I'm talking about Cubana Chief CP and Cosmos Maduka, the owner of Coast Charis. What was the problem? CP has a slogan, money in the water. And Coast Charis said, he doesn't know any billionaire in the world that shouts money in the water. And the young man got offended and attacked Coast Charis and called him a local champion. Coast Charis is the sole person that has license to say Rolls Royce in Nigeria. Any Rolls Royce in Nigeria, they bought it from him. The fool that is calling him local champion is using Rolls Royce to flaunt Abi. But you have to buy the Rolls Royce from who? From the guy you are calling local champion. The guy has 13 dealerships in Nigeria. I was in a meeting with him. The way that I am like this, the way I am, he wore a suit and wore sandals and came for the meeting. I touched my guy. You know who be that? He said, no. I said, that's Cosmos Maduka. He said, it's Cosmos Maduka. I said, that's Coast Charis, the owner of Coast Charis Group. His farm in Enugu is 200,000 kilometers. That's a local government. The government need him. He doesn't need the government. Do you understand what I'm trying to teach you? So for the fact that a clown is online shouting money in the water because of 1 or 2 million that he had, that guy can buy you. The fact that he's not shouting doesn't mean he doesn't have it. Now this is the balance now. Let's not balance. There's a reason I'm bringing this up. Let's not balance it. How many of you saw Dangote's birthday this year? His birthday was done in his parlor. His friends came, they ate. Yeah, happy birthday, sir. Well, how many of you saw Obi Kubana's birthday this year? How many of you saw Sheyi Vodi's birthday this year? The two persons I mentioned put together, they are not as wealthy as Dangote. But you have to understand the kind of business they do. Sheyi Vodi, Obi Kubana, Kubana Chief Priest, they are in the business of lifestyle. They sell you a particular lifestyle. So for their business to prosper, they have to flaunt it. They have to live it. Get what I'm trying to explain to you? For their business to prosper, they have to flaunt that lifestyle to you. They sell luxury. The guy has a club in town called, what's the name of the club? Hosu and Posu. A cup of water, sorry, a bottle of water there should be 8,000 naira. So it's lifestyle they are selling. So they are selling you this Igbo lifestyle of flexing. When his mother died, he said he will make his mother's funeral the envy of people. You will wish you die. And he did it. The wife packed 23 million from Spray. You never talk of the one people steal. Do you get my point? That's what he just did his 50th birthday. It was lavish. It was luxury. It was the expression of what? That is their business. They're in the business of what? Of lifestyle. Dangote on the other hand is not in the business of lifestyle. Cosmos Maduka in the other is not in the business of lifestyle. Do you understand? This is now the balance I'm trying to put. But my problem with, because you think you have money, you are calling a man that has conquered a continent. Luca. You lack wisdom. With his cut and join English, we can enter places you cannot go there with your money and water slogan. There is something you should have, which is what I've been telling my friend. See, if you say education is scam, try ignorance. Try ignorance. The same guy, was it a couple of years back, maybe 2 years back, posted his picture of his pot belly. Say he's living large. A couple of years, just 2 years later, he discovered that weight has become a problem. But to him, he thought being big is enjoyment. Abi? But the older you get, you must now realize that if you are getting old and you have weight, it's a problem. Obesity is knocking. Overweight is a problem. So now, you now have to start working to cut down your weight. So back to our discussion. These people have mentioned the billionaire status. For you to attain it, there are certain things you have to know. You have to understand it. That's why I took out time to mention them. Recently, this our guy, Elon Musk, just touched 500 billion. He's the only person that have touched it. If he continues like that, it is projected that by the year 2030, he will be the first trillionaire. You will leave the billion level. And there's another guy coming. Study, my people, study. Elon Musk was having issues with Apple. Hope you know he bought Twitter for fun. Hope you know. He bought Twitter for fun. Twitter was bought close to $2 to $3 billion. Thereabout. I can't remember. But he bought it for fun. Why? How can me, at the time, the richest man in the world, cannot say what I want to say? What's the point of having the money? When you are censoring me, you are flagging what I'm tweeting. As a matter of fact, you are suspending my account. Worst of all, you now suspended Donald Trump's account. The guy buy the thing. Unsuspended himself, or suspended Trump. He bought it for fun. He didn't buy it to make any interest. So he was having a fight with Apple. And he now reached out to another billionaire. Said this is the problem he's having. The guy now gave him counsel. In as much as you have money more than these guys, you need them. He told him, you need your competitors, you need them. So instead of fighting them, be in good books with them. He went back, settled the issue he had with Apple, and business became good. This is the last meeting for the year. I want this thing to wake up something in you. God didn't bring us to earth to pay bills and die. You survivor shouldn't be you are living, breathing, dreaming survivor. 1,000 times no. 1,000 times no. Ask yourself one simple question. What is motivating Dangote? There's a guy called Warren Buffett. He has more money than 10 generations can consume. What's their motivation? I just mentioned Marx. What's his motivation? I can bet you their motivation is not survivor. It's not survivor. There's this brother, a father in faith, that was attacking preachers. Elon Musk don't do this, he don't pray, he doesn't fast, he doesn't give. That year, he was the highest giver to Rhapsody of Reality. They called him Brother Elon Musk, was the highest giver. They gave him the plaque in Christ Embassy. Why did I make reference to that? Do you know the extent to which you can impact your world with money? Another poor man, a poor man cannot help another poor man. At best, he will sympathize with you and your problem. He can't help you. He can't help you. One of the things we went to go and do in Yola is a facility was built. It's a hospital that was built. It's a private organization that built it and was handing it over to the government. I was ashamed of my Nigerian government because the private organization was foreign organizations, but not Nigerian organizations. And the deputy governor had to come and sit. They built the facility and they are giving it to you. The only reason why those guys could do that, and where we went to, there was a coffee. They told us if we had not lived there by 1 o'clock, we're on our own. Not 1 p.m., broad daylight. We're on our own. So it was built for the people that were being affected by the insecurity that was happening there. A poor man can't do it. The reason why those organizations are doing it, and I have like 3 other projects that they are doing that we have to cover. Our next trip will be in Lagos. It's money they are doing it with. If you are here, and your motivation is to make money so that you can pepper one girl, or pepper one boy, or carry women, you're not supposed to be part of this class. Our vision is bigger than that. Our vision is bigger than that. Are you here? Are you here? Back to our studies. So now, if you notice, one of the things I have to note out of the names I called, these guys were not born billionaires. They may have been born into families that had money or wealth, but they were not literally themselves born billionaires. I listened to Davido's cousin or Davido's sister. She said, I've always wondered why a guy that is from a wealthy background as Davido will be as hardworking as he's hardworking. If you think it's his money's wealth, it's his father's wealth that took him there, go and ask other children of wealthy men, why haven't they done what he has done? There are only few rich kids that have done what their parents have done. Only few. So I was listening to the sister. She said they schooled in London, in LA, and the school they went to was a rich kids school. But one of the things you could hear the children always saying is, "Daddy is wealthy, not me. Daddy is rich, not me. So the children was raised with the mindset that this money you are enjoying is not your own, it's your father's own. There's a guy at Virgin Airline. If his children are flying Virgin Airline, they don't fly first class. They fly economy. They fly economy. They have to be raised with the mindset that this thing is not your own, it's your father's own. You have to look for your own. How many of you know Madame Ibuku? This former chairperson of First Bank. When she's flying with his children, or when her and her husband are flying with their children, the children sit in economy while they are in first class. Why? They have made the children understand that everybody in economy bought the ticket with their sweat and blood. They worked hard to be in economy. So if you're on a flight with us, you are sitting in economy, not first class. When you get to the age of flying, you buy first class yourself. Donald Trump raised his kids even before he became president. He was friends with this guy called Robert Kiyosaki. They were on vacation with the family. And they were having lunch, and he realized that they were fascinated by the food they ate. So they now asked the person that served them, sorry, they want to see the chef that made the meal. They now called the chef. So they now asked the chef the recipe. They were now discussing recipe. So Kiyosaki now said, out of curiosity, now asked them, what do you want to do with recipe? They looked at him strange. So they cooked their food at the time. Say, why? But there are maids in the house. The children now laughed. So the maids and the chef are for daddy and mommy. We do our dishes ourselves. We take care of ourselves. When we are of age or when we have enough to employ a maid, we will have a maid. Do you know why Donald Trump is raising them that way? The first money, the money he inherited, he lost it. Oh, you're not aware? He was a rich kid. He inherited a lot of money, but he lost it. He had to make it back. So he's correcting that mistake he made so that the children will not experience the same mistake. Something happened in the crypto market, in the Bitcoin market, and his youngest son became a millionaire or a billionaire from this thing that happened. The guy made almost $20 million from the clip. I don't know the details that happened. But for a guy in 19 years old to be wise, to be investing in such things, he simply needs somebody around giving him guidance to do certain things. So they were not born billionaires. They were born into wealthy homes. They were not born billionaires. And if you notice, of all the billionaires in the world, the youngest is Mark Zuckerberg. The youngest is who? Of all the billionaires in the world. I said there are 3,000 of them, Abi. We don't know all three. But the top 10 that we know, the youngest is what? Is Mark Zuckerberg. What am I trying to tell you? This thing takes time. Especially in Africa. There's no billionaire in Africa that in dollars that is less than 50 years of age. Hope you know your Tony Olumelu is not a billionaire in dollars. Hope you are aware. Hope you are aware. I will not call names, but we're in a function in town, Transcorp Hilton. We're in a business class, I'll call names. IBB book launch is public knowledge. We're there. And people were contributing to the library of IBB to preserve the lesson. Dangote came up. Dangote gave 8 billion cash, with 4 billion with the maintenance of the library and the rest. So total Dangote gave 12 billion. Boa, Ahmed Rabiu came up. Gave 5 billion. They were called, Tony Olumelu left the hall. I was there. It's in levels. Is he a rich man? Yes, he is. Is he wealthy? Yes, he is. But there is a big difference between 1 million naira and a billion naira. Do you know the time in million seconds we give you? A million seconds will give you 11 days. Do you know the time a billion seconds will give you? A billion seconds will give you 38 years. So there is a big difference between a billion and a million. They're not the same. Just 1 billion. In money or in financial classes, there's something we call the power of a billion. If you have a billion, but let's say even in naira, and you ever become broke again, your village people are worrying you. No jokes. For any reason whatsoever, you have a billion naira. Hope you know. I'm trying to tell you the difference between a million and a billion. If you have a billion naira right now and you take it to the bank, you put it there. First of all, you tell them that you've made, okay, you go to the bank. You say you want to buy treasury bills with a billion naira. You'll be earning a certain amount monthly. Sorry, after 3 months, which is close to 20 to 25 million after 3 months. That's called the power of a billion. You'll be earning that money until you go to that place and take out the money that you don't want to buy the treasury bills again. That's one. If you take a billion right now and save it somewhere, that they should be paying me 100,000 every month, they will pay you for 26 years before the money finishes. I'm trying to explain to you the power of 1 billion. It's a huge margin. It's a huge margin. Are you here? Are you here? Number 3, one of the things you are noting, I said number 1, they were not born billionaires. They might have been born into wealthy homes, but they were not born billionaires. Number 2, none of them is young except for Mark Zuckerberg, and especially for the Africans. Especially for the Africans. What does that tell you? This thing takes time to build. Number 3, none of them is an employee. None of them is an employee. They are all business people and they own businesses. Number 4, all of them, they are all connected to more than one business. In the place I went to Yola, they showed me Dangote's sugar plantation. Men and brethren. Jesus is Lord. I've only seen the cement. I saw the factory in Benue State. I've seen the factory in Kogi State. But I've not seen the plantation, the sugar plantation. When I saw the sugar plantation, it's 5,000 acres of land that the sugar plantation is sitting on. That means the sugar, the Dangote sugar is produced. He is not buying the raw material. He is farming the raw materials. So Dangote, just use Dangote as a case study. Him alone, he is involved in 3 sectors. He is in cement, he is in agriculture, he is in real estate, and he's in oil sector. But where did he start from? He started with agriculture, salt. Started with salt, started selling salt. His story is a popular story. He was loaned 500,000 naira from his mentor and his uncle, Dan Tata, the person that mentored him, Dan Tata. Now, somebody asked me, why is it that he could use the 500,000 naira at that time, we cannot use 500,000 naira now? I said, number 1, the 500,000 naira of then is not the same with the 500,000 naira of now. There's something called inflation. At the time he was loaned that money, $1 was equals to 1 naira. That means he has $500,000 at the time. Do you know what's $500,000 now? So time difference. Number 2, Our generation want quick results. The Dangote you know now of today is the Dangote of 40 years of work. 40 years of work. Will you be able to do the same thing over and over for 10 years without profit? The CNN ran for 12 years without profit. 12 years, not 12 days, 12 years. CNN ran for 12 years without profit. They didn't make profit for 12 years. They were still doing business. Do you have that level of patience? Otedola just released this book, and he told you how much he lost with diesel. You just heard the story of Mr. Easy, how he borrowed 19 million naira from his uncle and lost the money. Do you know what it means for you to have an uncle that you can borrow 19 million naira from? Your own uncle is blowing every night for you not to succeed. Do you know what it means? It's recently that the guy got married to Otedola's daughter that we actually got to know his true net worth. Or you think the man will just wake up and give anybody his daughter to marry? Oh, you think that? The guy is a business mogul. His money is not music money. Oh God. Are you here? Are you here? So how do you build this status? We're ending to here. What's wrong? How do you build this thing? Number one is vision. I asked you a question. What do you think is driving Dangote? What do you think is driving Elon Musk? What do you think is driving Otedola? What do you think? The dude is the sole importer of diesel in Nigeria. Sole importer of diesel in Nigeria. For how many years? What do you think is the driving factor? What do you think is pushing him? If survivor is your end game, we don't need you in this class. But if you are thinking beyond survivor, if you want to impact your generation, if you want to impact your world, you can't do it without funds, you can't do it without money. The Bible says it is through prosperity that the gospel will be preached. Through prosperity. Vision. What do you want? Scripture says in the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1, which is my favorite scriptures. He said, through desire, a man having separated himself, intermingled with all wisdom. What do you want? If you know this is your vision, you will not be doing dorime. That won't be your goal. Your goal won't be to make money and burn it in the club. Your goal won't be to make money and burn it to impress people. The most expensive thing Dangote has is his private jet. It's just 24 million naira. Sorry, it's just $24 million. It's the most expensive thing he has. Now you can ask, okay, what is that the most expensive jet in the world? It's not the most expensive jet in the world. What's the essence of him having a jet? Is for him to be able to move from point A to point B. He called Davido was having a conversation with Davido. He told the guy, I changed my car once in 8 years. Davido left that place and bought a car. Another car, not as though he didn't have a car. He has, he's buying spray. But I've explained to you that they are in the business of what? Of lifestyle. Don't mistake it. They're in a business of lifestyle, a business of make-believe. It was recently they saw Bishop Oyedepo with touchlight phone. Touchlight phone. Dude, it's 21st century. You can afford an iPhone 17. But why doesn't he have it? It's not his priority. It's not. Number one, vision. Number two, you need to have the billionaire's mindset. Every billionaire know he doesn't think normal. Every billionaire I know, you don't think normal. You don't. You must be a madman to think that you want to be the only person that will refine oil in Nigeria. You must be a madman. Hope you know, a couple of years back, he made the Nigerian government to sell the 2 refineries that are not working to him. They refused. So if you not go sell them, I go build them. He did it. It took him 5-6 years, but he did it. Now they are fighting him. Now the 50% tariff, the 50% tax on all imported fuel and the rest, partly is to our advantage. How? Everyone will be forced to buy Dangote's fuel because he's not importing, he's selling here. So you can't tax that one. The only thing you'll be paying on that one is the 5% supercharge. However, if he now monopolize it and increase price, we're in the same soup. But if he doesn't increase price and maintain it, no problem. Everybody will be okay. It will be to the advantage of the country. But all I'm trying to say, it takes a madman. It takes a man that is not thinking well to think that he will wake up, build a refinery for an entire country, and he did it. Dangote single-handedly supplies cement for this country for more than 10-15 years. You never had cement scarcity. You never had. Until Boa and the rest started coming. You never had. Are you here? Are you here? Number 1, vision. Number 2, you need to have the billionaire's mindset. There's a way they think. There's a way they think. So how do you get the mindset? You have to start listening to them. They asked him one time, how much, as the richest black man, how much do you have on you? He said he didn't have a dime on him. That means the guy is so rich that now full human being be in money bag. He has an accountant. So why do I need to carry money? Last but not the least, you can't do it without a business. You can't hit the $1 billion benchmark or the billionaire status without a business. There is no employee that is a billionaire. You must have something to do with the business, either directly or indirectly. And amazingly, you must have more than one. The only thing Dangote entered and left is noodles. Noodles. He couldn't keep up. He left. He has salt. He has sugar. He has pasta. He's in the agricultural sector. He makes fertilizers. He has cement. He's in the real estate sector. He's now in the oil sector. You must have something to do with business, and he must be more than one. So if you have not decided, go and decide. If it's this part I want to try. Do you know the amazing thing? If you make it your target to hit the $1 billion mark, if you don't hit it, hope you know you will still not be poor. Say aim for this. Aim for the what? For the moon. If you don't reach, you fall among the stars. So your aim is the $1 billion mark. So if our billionaires caucus will thrive, you have to go sit. Now, it's not a matter. Every billionaire has something to do with oil and tech. Go check. every global billionaire, every billionaire that is a billionaire in dollars, has something to do with oil and tech. Either both of them or one of them. It's only if the billionaires in the world is only, what's his name? Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord. Warren Buffett. That made his money through stocks and shares. And it took him time, a very long time. And one of the biggest stocks or shares he has is the Coca-Cola shares. The Coca-Cola shares. He earns more than the Coca-Cola CEO monthly from shares. Are you here? So if you're on this path, number one, you cannot afford to be ignorant. Knowledge is power. Number two, you can't afford to be lazy. You have to work. The Bible says, oh God, it is good for a young man to bear his yoke when he is young, not when he's old. Start now. Start now. Are we here? Are we here? Any questions? Any questions?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes, listening.
For those that are just starting out, is it advisable for them to chase stability first, maybe get a job, or just throw all their all into business?
Okay, it's a very good question. What is the catchphrase for those that are starting? I've said this before. Building a business is not easy. Are you here? And especially you are just starting. So if you are just starting, there will be days of hunger. There will be days of no sales. There will be days of pain. So if you can't, go and get a job. At least fix something called your daily bread. Do you understand? So while you're on the job, know that you have a plan, which will be our first class for next year. Have a plan. In this plan that I have, I want to do this business, but I need certain level of capital. So how will I raise capital? I'll get a job. I'm working for 5-6 years. It's stipulated. I'm working for 5-6 years to get the capital. Preferably, the job should be gotten in the field you want to start business. If you can. If you can't, no problem. Get a job. Then have a 5-6 years plan of retirement. Resignation. Gather the funds you need to gather. Solve one problem called daily bread first. Then when you solve that problem, you enter the business. No man that said there is no man thinking survivor that will TikTok billions. His problem is hunger. So he needs to solve that problem instantly first. There are 3 stages to this thing. Number 1 is survival. Number 2 is stability. Number 3 is comfort. Number 4 is luxury. Then number 5 is what we call extravagance, which is the millionaire level, where you just buy things for buying sake. So you cannot talk billions if you are still in survival mode. So if you can get a job, fine, get a job. But the problem with a job, do you know the problem with a job? That salary. That salary. You don't need faith for your salary to come, but you need faith for your business to thrive. Why? There is somebody that has made it his responsibility to make sure you are paid at the end of the day. It's called your boss. So most times when people get used to that salary, they don't see a life outside salary. That's why I say you need to be a madman. You need to be what? A madman. To leave a job that gives you $1 million every month that you want to go and start a business. But at the end of the day, it's about what? The vision you have for yourself. Are you here? One of the motivations I'll leave you is the pension system in Nigeria is not that reliable, especially if you're an employee, a government employee. It took my mom 10 years to realize this statement I just said now. 10 years. I asked her, 300 level, because I started studying about money, 100 level. I asked her, if you retire, apart from your pension, what will be the system of you being taken care of? She couldn't answer. And you know, typical Nigerian Christians, my case is different. Your case will not be different if there's no plan. Do you know a lot of people shouting, God forbid, the same thing still happens to them? So, in a system where pension is not reliable, that means that your job security that you're talking about, you are really, really not secured. And do you know the annoying thing about the whole thing is after you've given 30 years of your life. So if you started working at 20, is after, which is very, very rare for a 20 years old to get a job. Very rare. But let's assume you start at 25. Or you get the job at 30. It's after 35 years that you retire. At that time, you're what? You are 65. Is that time you want to follow young people to be jumping up and down for going business meetings? You are a bit late, my brother. You're a bit late. Thank you. Any other question? There are certain people that will tell you KFC started after retirement. There's no time is too late. My brother, there are certain things that are time dependent. There are certain things that are what? At 55, I will not be paying school fees again. The way I've planned my life. I will not be looking for school fees at 55. At that time, it's me and my wife. Enjoy life. The only thing that person that I will be thinking of is my grandchildren. But it's at 55, they are calling you for PTA meeting. It's at 55, you are looking for school fees for your child that just going to the university. Are you here? Do you think Bishop Oyedepo is thinking about school fees now? If he's thinking about school, if it's not his immediate children. It's people that are on scholarship, not his immediate children. He settled that problem a long time ago. You want to make all the money in the world first before you get married. Oh, there you go. Continue. Are you here? So if they tell you that KFC started at 60, you are not KFC. And your own case might not be different. Any other question? You want to ask? Any other question? Okay. So officially, we've come to the end of Breakfast Business webinar for the year. The next one is going to be in February because we are going to take January to plan. January is going to be a month of prayer, fasting, you understand? Finish it. Then that January, we will unveil the calendar for the year. Are you here? So I want to take out time to appreciate the board of trustees for the Light Global Ministry. Let us celebrate them. They have been my pillar through the year. Now, ordinarily, on a regular, this would have been our gratitude service. Abi? So let me do the gratitude. I want to appreciate the board for everything they've done for us through the year. One of the things we achieved this year is this webinar. We've been able to reach our mark and meet our goal. Thank you so very much. I really, really appreciate your support. It's not taken for granted. Secondly, I want to appreciate my wife Apostle Harry says it's not easy marrying us. But it's not easy marrying us. Truly. I want to appreciate her for her support, for being a pillar. There are things she's aware of that you will never know. There are certain things we have to go through to make these things work, you will never know. It's the only one that will know. I want to take out time to appreciate her. Appreciate her. Clap for her. Hope you know there are disadvantages of marrying an intentional man. There are disadvantages of marrying an intentional man. Number one, he cannot be controlled because he's what? He's an intentional man. He cannot do everything you want him to do because he's what? He's an intentional man. Another intentional man, I make you come. So you cannot come and change him. Are you here? I want you to appreciate our media team. They worked all through the night. They have been a pillar. If we were to pay for the exact fee that is required for them to be here, we will not hold 2 editions. But we've successfully had 5 editions, but successfully had 5 editions with their help, with their support from their boss. Their boss is my business partner and friend, UNN Studio. So this is us extending our gratitude to them. This is their own support to the ministry. We really, really, really appreciate. And our gratitude will go to the property and the premises we're using. If we are to pay for her each and every time, it's going to be straining. Are you here? So I want to thank everybody for making Breakfast Business Webinar a success, and it ran for 6 months. It ran for 5 months except for December. We are not going to run for December because of schedule. So we ran consecutively for 5 months, every month, once a month. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? So if you are not part of the category I've mentioned, celebrate yourself for always being around, for sharing the materials when they are out. Thank you so very much. Are we together? Are we together? So in the next couple of minutes, just bow your heads and begin to thank the Lord. Father, we thank you. We give you all the glory. We exalt your name. Be thou glorified, be thou exalted. There is no one like you. You've been faithful. 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 Our voice and our messages have entered corridors we never thought of. You've been faithful. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Are we together? My ordination is on the 13th of November. In Masaka. If you want to support us, if you want to support me, don't come. Send a seed. Are you here? Don't send a seed. Don't come. Send a seed. Because I need to lodge for 3 days, for 4 days. Because I'll be in Masaka. I'll be in Masaka on the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. Then the 13th is the ordination. I'll need to lodge. I need to take care of myself. I need to look good. Don't come. Send. What did you say for you? Send seed. I say send seed. Don't come. Are you here? So 13th is my ordination. Now there's a reason why we allowed it linger this long. Anybody can wake up and say, God has called me. God has called me. But by the grace of God, I have been in ministry effectively for the past 7 years. Effectively in ministry. So we needed to prove it. Make it not be as if Understand, ba? We've been just chop belly full. We see something for now with us now. God call us. We needed to prove it. So we needed to prove it. And I wanted the people I started with to graduate from school and start life. Then I can know say something ladies this head. Are you here? So my ordination will mark a new phase in ministry. So after ordination, we are starting ministry proper. All this thing we've been doing is pilot project. We've been testing the waters. Are you here? Because I needed to get married and needed to do certain things before my ordination. So all things have been in place. So ordination is on the 13th of November. I'm being ordained into the pastoral. I know be apostle. I'm pastor. Maybe later on, God will give us the apostolic calling. But for now, it's pastoral. Are you here? Are you here? Father, we thank you. We give you all the glory. In Jesus' name. So you all have my account number, your seeds. No, media don't project. The people that still have their account number. Your seeds. That week alone, I'll spend nothing less than 100,000 naira. Because my family will need to be with me. My family will need to be with me. It's one of the criteria. Do you understand? And moving as a single man is not the same as moving as a married man. Are you here? Father, we thank you. Are you here? Clap for me. I've tried. The Bible says God called Abraham alone and multiplied him. I came to this town alone. I'm no longer. Father, thank you. Thank you very much. So the next meeting will be communicated. But for now, all ministerial activities for the year have ended. All. Very carnal people. All ministerial activities for the year have ended. That's why I wanted us to hold our stretch for last month, but it wasn't possible, so no problem. Thank you very much. Have a good day.